I still have my little bit of flu coffee thing happening. And I think again, because I've come back home to Australia and it's the kind of the change of weather also here. The days are really, really beautiful. It's like a beautiful blue sky, but the evenings are quite cool. So, okay, let's do our morning routine. Mm, I've missed this drink. I always have a spoon because I was stirring up the spices in the bottom. Ginger, turmeric, sea salt, fennel seeds. Well, I don't know why I never remember what's in it. Because I pre-bulk it. I pre-make it, right? I bulk it. And then I just put some in here. Lemon juice. Fresh lemon juice from our tree at home. So special. So lucky. So grateful. Apple cider vinegar. Hot water. Oh, and some honey. Honey from home too. Mm. So if you look down the bottom, that's all the fennel seeds. So you just kind of like stir it up. Stir it up. Get it, swirl it so it's kind of going to go all down in one go. Gulp. Mm, mm, mm. Done. Some people say they don't like the apple cider vinegar. It's not good for your teeth, the enamel of your teeth, or the lemon juice. I'm not sipping it. I'm kind of like gulping it down. I guess I'm trying to get it down the back of my mouth. Mm. Then I gulp some water, get that down, and then we shake. Shake. Oh, shit. You make sure the lid is on first, Dora. I don't know how many times you have to learn that mistake. Then we shake. Shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle and roll. Shake, rattle, twist and shout. Like you did last summer. Twist and shout. Like you did last summer. Rock around the house. Rock, 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 rock. Rock, 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 rock. Oh, why is there stuff coming out? I don't know. Hello. Thank you for that one-handed rupee super chat. Okay, cool. Thank you. Hey, Debbie Sue! Shake it up, baby, now, twist and shout. Shake it up, baby, now, twist and shout. Please do not subscribe. I am not a dancing channel. I just do it for fun. You've got to have fun in this world, right? Like, you know, there's enough misery in this world that you just need to have some fun. And like, I poke fun at myself too. So you don't need to poke fun at me. I know that I'm not a very good singer or dancer, and I don't care. I still do it, right? I don't care. Hey, Mike, how you going? Mm. Good evening for you guys. Good morning for us in Australia, or in the southern hemisphere. The northern hemisphere are going to bed or settling into the afternoon. And it's Susan. Hey, Susan, how you going? And Susan and I are on the same time zone now. How is that? We're on the same time zone, Susan. 7:30 in the morning. 7:53. Sorry, I've missed half an hour. 7:30, 7:53. So, guys, Debbie Sue, do you remember the other morning, and Mike, the other morning, we were seeing the sunrise and we were doing the drumming, and I sat under the hut thing. I hit my head. Look at that. I did a really good job, guys. I hit my head. Anyway, that's all right. David, hey, Susan, what's going on? So, guys, it's Friday morning. I'm being kind to myself because, who else is going to be kind to you if you're not kind to yourself, right? It's getting cooler here in the evenings, in the morning, so it's harder to get up in the morning. And normally Friday mornings, I normally go to Pilates. So you don't normally see me on a Friday morning. I'm already Pilates'd in, but my Pilates teacher's away this week, and she's away next week too, so there'll be no Pilates next week. So I have to do morning movement, right? Yesterday morning, I didn't do morning movement. I went to the house to do some exciting stuff with the house. Oh my gosh, guys. Can I just tell you that I don't know, I don't, it doesn't, so just a bit of background if someone's new to this channel. I'm Dora, by the way, hi. And we are currently living in my friend's backyard in a caravan. A pop-up camper, actually. It's not a caravan, it's a pop-up camper. Half camper van, half tent. And we've been doing that for 3 months, except I did escape away for 1 month. But Diego's been doing it for 3 months. We have been renovating our house, and we have an old kind of 60s, 70s out. I think it was a 60s house. Very old stock house. It's not a Queenslander because we're in Queensland. It's not a Queenslander. I don't know if anyone's familiar with a Queenslander. Queenslander is very typical here in the state of Queensland, where they have a veranda that wraps all the way around the house because we like to enjoy the breeze. It's a sunny day, so be on the veranda, have a cup of tea. Debbie Sue, you'd love it. And well, that's a Queenslander, okay? We don't have a Queenslander. We have an old style, I don't even know what you call this house. It's just an old style house, right? It has been termite damaged. There was termites that ate nearly through the whole thing. So the house was my father's house. Is a house I kind of grew up as a child in and always came back. You know, it was very, very lovely to be able to come back to the house after a boyfriend breakup. You know how it goes, guys. We all break up and we have to move back home, or we move out with girlfriends and boyfriends and whatever those things are. But it was always nice to be able to, in between those kind of things, come back to my family house. So I bought the family house off my father because, you know, when you get older, you become asset rich. You have a house, but you don't have money, right? And you need money to fix the house. So as I said, the house was getting eaten by termites. It was a 2-story house. The stairs going up to the house were so rickety. I was actually scared that my father would walk up the stairs and the stairs would fall down. That's how bad it was kind of going with this house. You know how you have window seals around your windows? You can put your finger through them. That's how much the termites actually attacked the house. The house structurally was fine, but like the stairs were falling apart. Yeah, it was just in a really bad condition. So basically, it was the shittiest house in a street. That's it. That's how it was. That's how it has been. I bought the house off my father to get it, you know, to have an asset and to get it fixed up. But unfortunately, in that time, my father passed away. Um, and that kind of, you know, put me on a completely different trajectory of kind of how I was feeling about life. And nothing really happened with that house for a little while. I did end up having a boyfriend that was a carpenter. Miraculously, I don't know if that was divine intervention, because I don't know exactly what I would have done with this house, to be honest, guys. If I really have to think about it. Hey, Kirsty, how you going? If I really had to think about it, this house was in such a bad state, guys, that many people said you should just sell the house, sell the property and just go away, because the value of the house was nothing. The value of the land is worth more, obviously. In this today's life, you know, it's how life is. But for me personally, you know, I didn't really want to move away to another area. I love the area where I lived. You know, it's a nice little, you know, piece of, oh, Matt, how you going? It's a nice bit of land. It's only, you know, under 500 square meters. It's nothing like Susan. Susan has like 260 acres. Oh my God. She's got 260 acres. I haven't even got 1 acre. 1 acre. So it's amazing the difference in life we can live, right? And what I love about, well, actually, Kirsty's on the channel too. Kirsty Pacifically, which is Heart's Humble Homestead, and Susan Pacifically, Susan, which is High Country Homestead, High Country Homestead, High Country Australia. No, but her channel is High Country Homestead. If you see those two channels in the chat, if you're on a replay or you're on this live, you check out those channels because they do homesteading. I'm not exactly sure what land Kirsty has. I actually haven't. I've seen your backyard. And actually, for some reason, I think you only have like a suburban block too. But what I love about those two channels and is, you know, the living on the land, growing food, going back to the roots of, you know, where we all came from. Like, you know, back in the day, we couldn't just go to the supermarket and buy our butter and our our ham and our bread and our tomatoes and stuff like that. Like, we actually had to make it. Back in the day, we used to barter with people. And I know today's technology, like, Dora, come on, girl. Like, there's technology. You can Uber Eats it. You can sit in your house and not even have to leave the house these days. You can get your bloody food to your door. You can get your groceries to the door. You get someone to clean your house. I mean, you do not even need to leave your house. That is where the world is going, right? I mean, is it fabulous? I guess it's fabulous for some people, but not for everyone. We are becoming so connected, but we're so disconnected. And I think what I really love about those two channels is that they're getting back to the roots. It's 20 times 50 meters. 20 times 50 meters. What's that? I don't understand. 20 times. 2 times 50 meters? Not sure. Can you do a video for me next time? I do have to catch up with a couple of your videos, Kirsty. But Kirsty, could you one day show me, like, just exactly how, like, hey, this is how big my block of land is, just so that people can get a visualize. I just love to know that, actually. So anyway, I don't even know what I was going on. But anyway, let's drink. Yeah, as I said, exciting stuff's happening to the house. We're at the stage of my new veggie garden. My new veggie garden. I know, I love that you're just growing your veggie garden. So, guys, is it going to be a series on a Thursday, which will be a Wednesday for some people? I don't know. Have a look at Susan's channel, okay? There is a couple of lives a week. On a Thursday is a gardening segment where basically she's showing you how she's starting her garden, and then you're going to be able to see it grow. I love that. Love that. It's so fun watching, like, plants grow. Is that like watching children grow? Just out of curiosity, because I don't have children. Anyway, yeah, so Susan did a live yesterday. She's showing you exactly how big her land's going to be to grow vegetables and fruit. It's amazing. My new vegetable garden is 2 times 50 meters. It's Susan's garden. Okay, 2 times 50 meters. 20 times 50 meters. I actually nearly think that your veggie patch is the same size as my yard, my whole yard. Hey, Maddie, how you going? I'm never this exhausted after school. Dora, did debate all day? Oh, you did a debate. Oh, God, debate will actually get you, that's for sure. Okay, perfect, Kirsty. I will make it a note. There's a couple of videos there I know that I need to see. The last video I saw, that I was talking about the other day, that I said that I would go watch, and I haven't watched it, but I told people in the chat, was you were talking, the thumbnail got me, about not wasting any scraps, that you were using everything. So in Kirsty's video, she talks a lot about jarring food. Canning food. So basically she grows the vegetables and she cans the food. So that way you can leave it for like longer, right? So she's talking about, one of her last videos is about no wastage. I love that. So in my theory of my house, we have no wastage because we give it to the chickens, or we bury it for the worms. So Maddie said from 8:30 to 3 o'clock, she debated. Oh my God, that's a long time to debate. Maybe you're going to become a lawyer, Maddie. So guys, I do have to start moving. We're going to go to the beach. We're going to go walking, and then I'm going to the house to do lots of cleaning. So yesterday, guys, can I show you a photo? I'm going to show you a photo, guys. Actually, no, I'm not going to show you a photo. It's all good. Yesterday, we got our bench tops in for our kitchen. So the kitchen is not finished yet. We don't have any water. We don't have any gas. It's not usable. We don't have any plumbing in the house. There's no toilets. But today, there's plumbers coming, apparently we're going to have a flushable toilet upstairs. So you guys know that I did a Dancing with Dora in the Portaloo. So I don't know if you're familiar with a Portaloo. A Portaloo is like a construction site toilet. It's a toilet that you use when you don't have a toilet. You have to pay for it, but they stink. They smell like there's disgusting. So I had the pleasure of using the toilet before anyone else did. And then I managed to do a little Dancing with Dora in it, right? Because, you know, I like to dance in toilets. It's just something weird I do. But yes, so finally we're going to have a toilet. Can you believe it? Like, woohoo, Debbie Sue, we have a toilet. I might have to do my first toilet dance in my own toilet. Is that weird? Oh, I care. Like I care. Guys, I'm working on a video. Debbie Sue, I said I was going to get it out this morning for you, which was last night for me. I didn't get it out. I could have got it out, guys, but hey, CL, how you going? I could have got it out, but you know when you edit a video, guys, now people that are, you know, content creators here will get the feeling, right? You just want to get this out, but when you get it out, you're like, oh, I could have done that better. I should have done that better. If I just had taken the time. There is no emergency to get a video out. Just because I told Debbie Sue I was going to get a video out, I didn't promise, right? I just said I would try to get it out. I did. I tried to get it out, but I thought, you know what? I'm not going to rush it. I want to put some background music behind it. So you know what? I went, you know what? It can wait another day. It can wait another day. So in the next couple of days, guys, there's going to be a video coming out. So a lot of you guys, I don't know if you have seen, if you haven't seen, go check out my stories, not my stories, my shorts. There's a short that I made when I was in Bali that is something very, very different to what I normally do and what I normally wear. You guys see me, I'm always walking and jumping and dancing and walking and walking and walking. Okay, that's pretty much what you normally see of me, right? I normally wear the same clothes and I don't care, right? But it's a little bit different. Go check out my short. That'll give you a bit of a hint to what my long form video is going to be. And guys, there's a message in it, okay? There's a message in, maybe not the short, but there's a message in my video. It's only going to be a 5-minute video. 5-minute video. I couldn't make it go any longer. I know they say that you should make a video for about 8 minutes. Well, you know what? I always say, do not subscribe, do not follow anything I do. Do the absolute opposite, okay? But anyway, this will be a 5-minute video. That should, you know, you'll be able to watch 1 minute of it at least, I'm sure. You guys are going to say hello. I'm going to quickly put some sunscreen on while I drink this. Because it is sunny, guys. It is sunny. And we have to worry about, you know, our freckles. As Mike says, angel kisses. I have a few more angel kisses to the collection for Bali. That is bad, Dora. I did put sunscreen on every day. I did. But you do have to reapply a lot. Bali is very, very hot. Or Indonesia itself is very, very hot. It's on the equator, so it's very hot. And maybe I'm prone to getting, you know, freckles. But it's not good for skin, right? I really think it was actually the snorkeling, guys. The snorkeling does that. Hey, we've got the traveling combs. It's Brandon and Ash. Hey, Brandon and Ash. And baby Gracie, how are we? No, it's not Gracie. What? Did I just make up your child's name? I might have made your child's name up. Did I get that right? I don't know. I don't think so. I think you have boys. Is that right, Brandon and Ash? Do you have boys? Who has a child called Gracie? I don't know. No idea. So my friend Jazz Nomad TV has just posted something. Happy Saturday, she said. So guys, I'm back to, I am a hypocrite. I'm going to put it out there. I am baby Charlotte. Okay. Kind of there. Gracie, Charlotte, kind of, not really. So I'm back to the non-toxic life, guys. I'm not drinking beer. using non-toxic sunscreen on the face, though I'm really skeptical, guys. Can you actually have non-toxic sunscreen? Actually, Kirsty and Susan, because they seem to be the most holistic people in my little group here. And if anyone else is holistic, let me know. What could you make? Because I've heard you can make your own sunscreen. You can use coconut oil, coconut oil, and all these other things. Some kind of clay that you can get. Does anyone know about that? I'd really, really like to make some sunscreen, because I think sunscreens, well, I live in Australia. It's very important that we wear sunscreen. It's so goddamn hot here too. So now I'm using zinc, guys. Sun Butter Surf Zinc. Again, it's got here palm-free oil. So palm oil free. So that's vegan. So you can eat that. Okay. No, I won't eat that. It's supposed to have, I got it from a health food shop. And I am not sure, guys, if you buy everything from a health food shop, if it is actually healthy, to be honest. But, I just try not to buy the sunscreen from the normal shops. When I went to Bali, I did actually forget to bring a big sunscreen for your body. And I had to buy a sunscreen that had all the toxins in it. So this is another one I have. I'm not going to say the brands, guys. It's called Natural Mineral Sunscreen. But, people can write anything on these things. So I don't know. But anyway, I bought it from a health food shop. It cost me $1 million. Because, once you buy things at a health food shop, they're always more expensive. Because, health is like a big market, right? Everything that's healthy is so expensive for us, which is really, really sad, isn't it? Like, you think about it, people go to McDonald's because they think it's cheap food. Look at the color of my skin, guys. I've got a nice tan going, but that's actually not really good, Dora. Like, you shouldn't be promoting that you've got a nice tan. That's because of all the sun in Indonesia and all the swimming I was doing to see the turtles. So it doesn't matter how much sunscreen you put on your body, it doesn't help, right? I think the best thing you should do is actually wear a swimsuit. That's probably the best thing to do. I actually do have one. I have it in the car, actually. I should probably wear that today. The good thing about coming into autumn now here in Australia is that the sun is not as harsh as it has been, which is really, really good. But you should never drop the ball. Even in winter, you should always put sunscreen on, because the sun is still there, right? Even though it's cloudier, the sun is still there. And look at my arms. I've got little freckles on my arms too. So I have lots of, kisses from angels. All right, put that away. Oh, you know what I did? You know what I was trying to look for, guys? Obviously, I've just gone back to, moving back into my car. Like, I live in my car nearly half the time. Is I can't find what I've done with my headphones. I took them overseas with me, but I don't know what I've done with them. Non-nano zinc oxide is main ingredient in homemade sunscreen, mixed with coconut oil, carrot oil, and other oils can also be added. I have made some, but only use for milder days. Interesting. I'd love, love, love you to make a video on that. That would be so interesting. I think a lot of people would be interested in that, actually. Kirsty, I have just bought a ball brush and bamboo brushes. Yes, I have heard that they're supposed to be way better for you. But what I did hear about those bamboo brushes, just check your brushes, is the stick is bamboo, but the brushes, the little brushes that brush your teeth, apparently are plastic. So I've actually bought some bamboo brushes before, but I just didn't do the maths. I thought a bamboo brush would mean it's all bamboo, right? Not necessarily. So just check your bamboo brush, Susan, just in case, because that's a bit of a scam going on, that you buy the bamboo brushes, but the actual brushes itself, like the little brushes that brush your teeth, are actually plastic. So you're still getting plastic in your mouth. So I actually chucked my bamboo brush away. I will have to buy another one. But yeah, thanks for reminding me. Yeah. I mean, getting those plastics in your mouth is not good. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to start moving. Ah, they're boar Brussels. As in a boar, as in like a boar animal? Oh, interesting. Can't really use coconut oil though. Why can't you use coconut oil, Matt? Cool. I'm looking forward to that, Kirsty. I reckon that'd be really interesting. I think a lot of people would be interested in making like, non-toxic products. Like, for example, literally not selling anything, guys. But like I said, I'm going to clean my house today, and I've got with me one of the worst things you can do is cleaning a house. That's just a stat, guy. I don't know where I get the stats from. Don't ever believe me, okay? But they say one of the worst things you can do is clean your house, because the toxins that you use, like bleach, spray and wipes, all that stuff, it's got so much chemicals in it that you're actually spraying it in, and that actually can affect your body. So there was apparently a study. Again, don't hold me to anything, but if you want to know the study, I have got it on email. If you wanted it, you can just email me and I'll email it to you. There was a study in Europe that found that cleaners actually are developing cancers because of the toxins they're using to clean kitchens and houses and stuff. So think about it. We might not be a cleaner, but we do clean our house, right? Especially like, cleaning your bathroom, your toilet, right? I love spray and wipe. I spray and wipe that shit everywhere, right? But have you noticed that when you spray, you get a headache? Well, I personally do. I get a headache because the smells of the toxins. So I have this one. It's called EcoSense. I buy it online, okay? I do have a subscription for it. I do get kickbacks for it. So if my friends join, I do get kickbacks. So some of my friends have joined. I never talk about it on my channel about that, but I will have to talk about it one day because it is actually really important. I should talk about it. But so this stuff here is called Tough and Tender. It's 10 times, sorry, it's Tough and Tender, 12 times all-purpose cleaner. So this is spray and wipe. But the thing is with this stuff, you can actually eat it and drink it. Should I do that online? Oh, I don't know. I'm scared. I should put my money where my mouth is. Apparently you can. Okay, I'm going to do it. It's just like... Ugh. Okay, it doesn't taste wonderful. Okay, the reason why I can do that I know I can, because it hasn't got anything bad in it. This stuff, it's actually got, I'll show you. Where's the write-up? Somewhere on here. It's got no formaldehyde. It's got none of the toxin stuff. It says here, caution, don't spray it into your eyes. I didn't do that, right? But it's too small. I can't actually read the print, guys. But it's got none of the chemicals in it, guys. It uses like what do they use? Oh my god, citrus. They use citrus, all those kind of things. That's why I know I can spray it in my mouth. That's why there's no how if you look at your spray and wipe, it says caution, don't have around children or something, because if the children spray it in their mouth, they'll die. I'm not scared I'm going to die because it's not toxic, guys. It's actually mostly water. So basically, I buy it. It's chemically, as I concentrate, I put it to here and then I fill it up with water. So that's why I know I can use it. And that's why I love this stuff, because I spray it and I don't get a headache. It's amazing. But it doesn't taste nice because you're not supposed to eat it or drink it. But that just proves that you can do it. And so also my dishwashing stuff, all the same, is not toxic. All right, let's go. We're going to go walking. I'm going to put you down, guys. So Susan, is your fencer coming again today? Oh, pardon me. It did occur to me that I could actually walk to the beach today. So where my friend lives, Mel and Phil, they actually live a lot closer to the beach than I do. I've got like a 5 minute drive. They've got like a 3 minute drive to the beach. So we could walk, but then I have to carry all my water with me. So if I walk, if I drive, I can have I've got protein powder with me. Oh, that's I've got protein powder with me. I've got all my waters with me. I've got my sunscreen. I've got my hat. Actually, that's my hat. Put a hat on. So, it says it's 21 degrees. This is actually really nice walking weather, actually. I'm sure my friend Paul is out and about walking in the nice weather. What's the weather like in Sydney? In Victoria at the moment, Susan? I know your weather up the mountain is completely different to what Paul's weather would be like, but most times if it's cold where you are, it's probably going to be cold where Paul is. So if you get stuck at lights, it's going to take you a lot longer to get to the beach. Hence why you could have walked, Dora, and you would have got there a lot faster. Though I wouldn't have got there in 3 minutes. Man, these lights are long. Anyway, so my plan is today, guys, is I'm going to go walking. I'm going to do a combination of walking and push-ups and triceps and squats. So I did a set the other day. The other day when I did my drumming, I was being kind to myself that day. I had a bit of a sore knee. So I went straight to the beach. I did my drumming. So guys, there is a latest video out. It's a 9 minute video. You can fast forward through it. But you know how I like the steel drums? So I did a bit of a steel drum with the ocean in the background. The ocean is really, really quite loud. So I did a live, and Debbie, Sue, and Mike could not hear the drumming at all. The ocean was that loud, the water lapping up and down the beach, that they couldn't hear the drumming. So anyway, I stopped the live. I did a bit of a recording of it, and I made a video of it. So check that out, guys. Oh my gosh, the beauty. Oh wow. The ocean is so flat. And I always say, why don't I do stand-up paddleboarding, Dora? Like, what the hell? Get a stand-up paddleboard. I used to have one. Oh, the water looks beautiful. I could even go for a swim, guys. It's high tide, which means I might actually have to walk on the beach. The beach looks amazing. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at how flat the water is. You couldn't even hear the ocean? Wow. That's weird, isn't it? Okay. I need keys. I wonder if there's something going on with my phone microphone. We're not going to take our shoes, guys. We're going to dump those. These are called thongs. Hey, Mike, thongs. on the feet. Oof, it is absolutely stunning. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh, we have to do a jumping for joy. Even though there's no sunrise, it's already way up. We still got to give thanks, right? Wow. I'll never take for granted that how special it is that I live so close to this beach. I mean, I know there's no waves, guys. If you're new here, this is southeast Queensland, a place called Redcliffe. It's a beautiful place in the world. There's an island in front here that stops all the waves. The other side of the island, you'll get lots of waves. All right, let's do this, guys. Let's do a jumping for joy. Oh, that's my hat. Hat down. Tripod. I couldn't get much bounce off the ground then. Okay. Like, all right, guys. The only decision we have is left or right. Oh, this way. So, guys, can you tell me how the sound is today? Can you hear me okay? How's my jumping for joy, guys? And could you hear me? So you notice how I put my hands up in the air? I put my hands up in the air a little bit longer today because I feel like there's so much to be grateful for, guys. I'd love to know in the chat what you're grateful for today. I don't think we can ever be enough grateful for the life that we have and the things that we have in it. I will start sprouting some stuff off. Obviously, I'm very, very grateful. I always say the first thing I'm grateful for is that I woke up this morning. I always say that, some people didn't wake up this morning. I'm really grateful for the renovations that are happening in the house. Like, I can't believe what is going on with the house, guys. Like, a lot of you guys saw the the last time I did a live. Oh my gosh, that's so dangerous, guys. So I'm walking on the sand barefoot. Just gonna chuck that in the bin. So it is dangerous walking on the sand barefooted, but you know, I take it on anyway. Okay, sound is great. It's shining here. I might lose my internet. Oh, it's storming here, Debbie Sue. Okay, well, I hope maybe you should just turn off the internet and all the things. I know you've probably got the surge proof stuff anyway, haven't you? So you can leave on everything and then it just, when the storm comes, it just turns off automatically, doesn't it? Oh, Well, that's an interesting looking rock. Hmm. Okay, what are we all grateful for? The sound is great. Thank you, Kirsty. Can only hear you. You can't hear the ocean? Uh, cannot hear the waves. Water for the what? Can't what? Cannot hear the water for the birds. Grateful for a lovely day with my family. We've got a new person into the chat. Hi, Christian. Hey, Christian, how you going? What's up? What's up yourself? We are asking the question, what are you grateful for today? So, with all the talk about Susan making her new garden bed, and I'm so jealous. I mean, jealous in a good way, guys. Like, not jealous, like, sad jealous, jealous, really happy jealous. Because, like, this is the time of year, like, you really, it's not really, it's autumn here in Australia. It's not the best time to start growing stuff, but it's a time I always like to grow things because it's not so hot. So you guys know I love my planter pots that I put my mixed vegetable, my mixed lettuce and herbs and edible flowers in. Well, they're still in the shed, empty. And because we're not living at the house still, we're still about a week and a half away. Um, I really want to get them going, but I'm mindful of the fact that I have other priorities at the moment. But my friend Mel and Phil have a massive backyard, right? And they are really wanting to do some veggie patches. They've bought these um, little veggie patches that Mel's put together, and she's trying to encourage her partner, Phil, to help her with it. So you guys are aware that my friend Mel is losing her sight. She's actually declared as blind, but she still has vision, but it's fast moving, unfortunately. So she does rely on her partner a lot, and you know we all have busy lives, so he's got other priorities at the moment too. So we're trying to encourage him in a nice way to help Mel a little bit more with the veggie patch. So Dora, in her wisdom, suggested that she take Mel up to the Caboolture markets on Sunday. So that's where I get my seedlings from. Because I was thinking about starting my planter pots, and I still am thinking about it. But again, we still have a possum at the home, and the chickens are running around the backyard. So I can't put them in the backyard. And I don't really have a deck to put them on at the moment because, yeah, I really don't have space. But also, if I start them at Mel's house, that's another thing I have to take home. Like, for example, um, I have all my indoor plants at Mel's house, and that's like a carload full. I'm just mindful that, when we move home, I've got to move everything back to the house too. So it probably kind of makes sense that I don't actually start my planter pots yet, even though I'm scratching to. Because, like I said, watching Susan getting her gardens ready is so exciting, so exciting. And Kirsty doing all her gardening and doing all the things that she does with her plants and making the canning and all the things, homesteading. It really gets my juices going. I love it. I mean, I love to travel, but I'm really, really into health. Oh my gosh, guys, this is not good. I'm just going to give a wide berth here. Um, shit. Okay, let's just go this way. I'll tell you what's happening. Just straight ahead of me where I was walking. Actually, we might just go this way, guys. Something sounds like something unfortunate's happened, I think, to a homeless person. So there's been some homeless people living under that toilet block. I don't ever like
Well, actually, I did. Normally, I don't show you the homeless people because that's, this is disrespectful. But the last time I was walking past, there was no one under there, and I could just see a whole lot of mess, like mess. Like there was just stuff, clothes, tents fallen down. Anyway, and it started the conversation about, pardon me, about mental health and that, some people that are homeless legitimately they have mental health problems, right? And it's hard to keep things clean. And it's a problem all around the world, not just here, all around the world that, people that are homeless are also getting mental health because they are homeless. Or maybe they're homeless because of their mental health. There's a lot of things in it, but, the conditions of where people live is another issue, right? They tend to live some people, not all, some people are homeless that are very, very clean. But some people that are homeless are very disgusting. That was a situation out there that was disgusting. But what I just saw, guys, I didn't show you too much, was there's some police there and the local council, and they've actually got it stripped off. So either it's become a dangerous situation, as in they don't want you to go in there, or it's a crime scene or something like that. So something bad's happened. So we don't need to go down there. We just hope that whatever's happened, someone's okay, or doesn't sound like it'd be okay, but yeah, I just hope. Anyway, but it'll be unfortunately when I see that also, what I see is my community going to be affected, as in like there's already people around down there. That I could see a whole lot of people from the local community, like rubbernecking kind of thing, seeing what was going on. Because we have I live in there's about 30,000 people that live in this community. It's like a little peninsula. So it's like an island because there's only two ways to get to this land, on a bridge that makes you feel like you're on an island, or then through the land. And it's like a little peninsula, basically. If I show you, this is that's the bridge. So this is Redcliffe Peninsula. There's 30,000 people that live here. You can get over on a bridge or you can come via the land. Whoops. So it's a really nice little community. It's a seaside village, and there's school holidays here, guys. So you've got kids scootering, people swimming. Normally, there's lots of people stand out paddle boarding. There's someone kayaking over here. There's lots of boats here. It's a really nice community. On the beachfront here, it is quite expensive. So you'll have your retirees or the people that have quite a lot of money that live on the beachfront. Very lucky people to live on the beachfront. Be amazing. Um, the whole community is actually getting more and more expensive to live here. I feel very, very grateful that I was able to, buy into the market when I did. And I have to thank my dad for that because, there was a time back, probably about 10 years ago, that, I had a pretty good income and I wasn't really saving my money. I was traveling a lot and I really needed to start thinking about, where am I going to live? It's okay to rent houses. There's nothing wrong with that. But I also wanted to, I wanted a bit of something in Redcliffe. I love Redcliffe. I grew up here. I went to school here. A lot of my friendships are still here. My memories are here, right? So it was nice that I was able to buy my dad's house. My dad sold me the house a little bit cheaper, but in hindsight, because of all the damage, the actual termite damage of the house, maybe it wasn't that cheap. But it still was the value of the land. That's what I bought. And I guess today what I'm presented with is a house that is completely different. Like it's literally being gutted and rebuilt. And I'm very, very grateful that, my partner, Diego, has been able to do that because I was presented with a problem, a couple of years ago going, shit, what is the best thing to do here? Move, like sell up, just sell the house fallen down and someone will just delete. bulldoze it and then build a brand new house? Or should I bulldoze it and build a new house? I didn't want a new house, I'm gonna be honest. That didn't kind of create, that's also very expensive to build out to like build a new house. Um, but in hindsight, the amount of money that's probably been put into this house now, and that's a lot to do with Diego too. Um, Diego's father passed away 2 years ago, and unfortunately, not unfortunately, I guess fortunately now, it gave us the funds to be able to, create a house that we both, wanted. So, I was thinking that the other day when I was coming home back to Australia. I was like, this house that I'm living in, I'm going to live in soon is my dad's house, right? It's my dad's land originally. He lived in it for a long time, even though I grew up in the house originally. But it's also the house that my stepfather, no, my father-in-law. We're not married, but I guess he's kind of like my father-in-law. He paid for too, because in his death, the money that he left has paid for a lot of this house. And it's crazy. I feel kind of embarrassed even showing some of you guys what's actually happened in the house. Like it's like a completely like it's you wouldn't even know it's the same house, guys. It's so different. There's nothing left hardly of the old house except the floors that you walk on. Some would say that's kind of sad, Dora. Um, but I know that my dad was not at all materialistic at all. He wouldn't have given a shit. He would have just said, "You know what? Good on you." The house needed to be fixed. So sorry, guys, I'm not really looking at the chat. I can't really see the chat, guys. I will stop up here. Actually, there's someone sitting in that hut because I'm going to stop and do some push-ups so I can get up to date with the chat. So this is just me candidly rambling about God knows what. But gosh, it's beautiful today, guys. Absolutely stunning. And, you know, my dad used to take us to holidays to this place called Redcliffe. We used to come on school holidays here because my dad was a school teacher, so he had to work in with school holidays. So school holidays, we used to come once a year to this area, a different area, a bit close, a bit up road by about 5-10 minutes. I've taken to the beach before, Queens Beach. We used to go to a particular motel. It's still there. It's not a motel anymore. It's now a halfway house. And we used to go there and have school holidays and run across the road and play on the beach. It was a beautiful thing, like in today's lifestyle, people don't go on holidays. Holidays are so expensive. And, back in the day, things were a little bit cheaper, obviously. Back in the day, you only needed one income. My dad was the only one working back in the day. One income house, two children, my mum, stay home mum looking after the kiddies. That was the model, that the old style of model. My mum used to grow oranges, grow all these vegetables. We had chickens in the backyard. We used to go into we lived in the country, but, we'd go into town maybe once a week to buy some groceries. But, you didn't need much. If you kind of transpire that life 45 years ago to what it is now, man, mum and dad both have to work. Kids have to stay at home and fend for themselves. We're not growing vegetables. We're not growing fruit. We don't have chickens in the backyards. You know, we're buying everything from the supermarket. We don't go once a week. We go like every couple of days. We're spending an absolute fortune on groceries. You know, we've all got Wi-Fi and internet, but do we ever talk to each other? No. Bad messages to each other. Like, "Yeah, well, I'll be home for dinner. What do you want for dinner? I'll get takeaway. I won't be home for dinner." You know, we don't actually talk. I don't know. It's very interesting the world we live in. I know that I'm also part of the problem by sending text messages and doing lives like I'm doing right now. Like, I should really just be walking, right? And, I should have rang up one of my friends, like Gabriella, and went for a walk and said, "Hey, let's go for a walk and just talk." So, I am one of the biggest hypocrites by saying, "Oh, what are we doing with this world, right?" My mum, who watches these lives like 12 hours later, she watches the replays. You know, I should be ringing her up and having a chat with her while I walk. My mum will listen to this and go, "Yeah, Muriara, that's what you should be doing." But on the other side of it, it gives my mum an opportunity to see where like my mum used to live in Redcliffe. She now lives on a farm. Now she gets to see where I walk. Look at this. Look at this. There's people stand up paddleboarding. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Guys, I just clicked on someone's name. I hope I didn't actually accidentally make you a non-moderator, or I made you a moderator. I'm not sure. It happens all the time. I accidentally click on someone's name and I accidentally unmonitor them, unmoderate them. So that guy there looks like he's Jesus. He's standing on water, but he's actually standing on pipes here, and they're very, very slippery. So he must have very, very good non-slippery shoes. Sometimes we're able to walk all the way around that. It's interesting how the sand moves. Wouldn't it be amazing if we saw a pelican this morning? I've really missed seeing the pelicans. A couple of days ago, I went down and I saw the end of an amazing sunset. Like, amazing, like, it was red and purple, it was so amazing. But by the time I actually got to the beach, it had already set. And I sat there anyway for a while with a 0% beer, trying to, recreate Bali vibes, right? Pelican swanning away in the water was so beautiful. Oh, that was the other point. The other thing is that, by doing lives, I get to show people that, like, for example, Debbie Sue, if you're still in the chat, Debbie Sue lives in Virginia, in the mountains of Virginia. Or Susan, for example. Susan lives in the mountains, the Alpine region in Victoria. She doesn't live anywhere near a beach. Same with Debbie Sue. She doesn't live anywhere near a beach. They both get to hear the ocean, if you can hear it, and see the ocean lapping. They might even not even be listening to what Dora is saying. They're just watching the beach. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? People watch lives for different reasons, right? Some people actually listen to my voice, strange as that is. I think it's actually my friend Deb Warwick, who loves pelicans also. She often says to me, "Please don't go. I love listening to your voice." And I always laugh and I go, "Really? My voice sounds so weird." But maybe it's not weird. Maybe it's just weird because I hear it in my ears. Okay, we're going to stop at this hut, guys. I'll have a look at the chat and we're going to do some push ups, some triceps, and some squats. So walking barefoot it actually works your body harder because you actually are trying to stabilize yourself. When you're wearing shoes, it's a lot easier to walk. Still harder on the sand, but sand is such great exercise. It really is. And when doing it barefoot, feels so good on your feet. So good. I was watching someone's video this morning. I don't know whose video it was. I can't remember. But they were doing a fish spa actually. So do you remember I did a fish spa live with my friend Jazz. We were chatting about our experiences with the Nepi Day, the Day of Silence in Bali, and I was getting my feet eaten by little fish. That's actually really good for your the bottoms of your feet, the skin, the dead skin. They eat the dead skin. It sounds gross, doesn't it? Oh man, this water is beautiful. Look how clear that is. Look how clear that is. All right, guys, let's get up into the little hut. I don't know what you want to call it. Beach hut? Let's go with beach hut. Let's go to the beach hut. I reckon that was a turtle that just popped up then. There is definitely some old turtles that live here, like big old turtles, like 100-year-old turtles. Hello. All right. We have some shade. Mm. All right, guys, let's go backwards. Debbie Sue, I work in the emergency. Brandon, do you work in emergency or is it Ash that works in emergency? Someone, if you see Jack Sparrow, say hi. Ha! Absolutely beautiful, Dora. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful today, mate. It really is. Debbie Sue saying, I was a nurse and worked in a nursing home for many years and home health. I can see that. Like Debbie Sue shared with us a couple of days ago that she was a nurse, and I was like, oh my God, that makes sense. That's why, Debbie Sue is so nurturing in our little community. Obviously, she's way more than nurturing. She's so many more things, right? But that makes sense. Interesting. Um, Debbie Sue saying, oh no, I learnt that taking care of the elderly for the last 20 years. So Christina used to look after the elderly for 20 years. Life is very precious. So Christina's saying something about an awesome husband of Debbie Sue's. How is that awesome husband of yours going, Debbie Sue? Is he going okay? And how's everything going with the blood clot? Has the medication actually helping you now? Are you out of like danger now, Debbie Sue? Okay, so Debbie Sue's got here. I'm very grateful. My husband has felt really well for the past few days. Amazing. Amazing. All right, guys. It sounds like you guys are talking a little bit back and forward to yourself, which is lovely. It's lovely. Okay. So, guys, I always say this that, I am not a health channel. Don't be, don't be subscribing for any, advice on like your health or your losing weight. Go do your own research, guys. I'm sorry, but it's just, I'm a little bit selfish like that. Okay. No, I'm not being selfish. I'm just being, I'm not, you do you, I do me, right? Like I take my own risk by doing what I do. If you guys follow what I do, then it might not actually be good for you. Like my friend Mel really wants to do some rebounding and she's got a sore back. And I said to her, mate, hey, I'd love you to do some rebounding, but it actually could hurt you. Like it doesn't feel like it's a very, very hard exercise rebounding on a little trampoline. I said, but I'm not a doctor. You're not a doctor. You don't want to hurt your back. I said, I'd talk to your doctor. Because any bit of exercise can actually hurt you if you're not doing it right, right? So again, I take the risk by doing what I do. I am not doing push-ups right. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to get better. Like I said, so I always say, put it out there, disclaimer. Don't do what I do, right? Just because I'm doing it doesn't mean you should do it. always seek, advice from your physician. So anyway, I'm going to get to it. Otherwise, I will just talk all day. So, putting it out there, we're going to do 5 sets of 8. We're doing 8 push-ups, 8 triceps. I do more than 8 squats. And then we're going to do it 5 times, 5 sets, okay? So egg me on. Let's do this. All right. Just to set this up, guys, I've had a month off. I've done 1 set this week of 3. I did 3 reps this week. So now we're going for 5. And if I don't feel it, I'm just going to lightly step it back and just do it slowly. There's no race, Dora. No race. There's no winners here. Everyone's a winner, right? Okay, that's just my hair that I'm pulling out. All right. Oh, God. Right. All right. Woo. Woo. Oh, okay. That didn't hurt. It just, I can't get low. How low can you go? Not low enough. That's okay. Step by step, week by week, exercise by exercise. Take it slow. There is no race. Don't hurt yourself. Okay, they didn't feel bad to do, guys. Squats. All right, let's do this. Chin up, tits up, stomach in. Is anyone counting? 5. Oh, the reason why I'm doing these exercises is because I'm trying to use my body weight. When you get to a certain age, you start losing that, the muscle in your body. So you just need to start using it. Otherwise, you'll lose it. So that's what I'm doing. Should I go to gym? Probably. Will I go to gym? Probably not. So I'm doing something, right? Third set. Whoa. They hurt in a good way. Good way. Six, seven, eight. Okay, 3 sets done. We need some water. Girl. Hippo. How you going, Hippo? Guys, say hello to Hippo. Hippo is my friend from Ireland. You're from Ireland, aren't you, Hippo? How are you, mate? We're back in Australia. Welcome to my backyard. Hippo, I made friends with when I was in the island of Flores, I believe, in Indonesia. Then he saw me at beaches on the afternoon. This is my local beach, Redcliffe. There's a big island here, Hippo, that stops all the waves. So we're not like the Gold Coast or Sunshine Coast or Bondi or anything like that. There's no big waves. It's nice and flat. So it's beautiful for swimming. Great for children to play around in. Anyway, say hi, guys, to Hippo. Introduce yourself. Hippo, introduce yourself. I'm back to it. This is number 4. Number 4. I need to do more of this because I drank so much beer in Indonesia. No regrets though, right? One more set. We got this. We've got this. Slowly. No race. Five. And 6. Oh. Oh. Okay. Last set. One more. One more go. Ready? Let's do this. Chin up. Tits up. Stomach in. High five, 5 sets. All right, but we're gonna finish it off, guys. We need to do another 13 squats. 62, 63. I'm gonna move you away from the sun. Oh, gosh. Here we go. That's it. 63 squats to represent the 63 people here in Australia that decide they don't want to be here this week. One of those stats was my friend Esther. I know you guys have heard it before, but that's okay. I'm still going to say it. My friend's not here today because of her mental health, because of trauma, unhelped, unsupported back in her home in Malaysia. She never got support for her mental health, for her trauma that she went through in her marriage and in losing her father. Many things that happened in her life were unresolved, and that affected her into her relationships with her marriage here in Australia. Um, anyway, she's not here anymore. She's left 3 children that grew up without a mother. She left a 17-year-old daughter without a mother. Her husband, her widow, is broken, absolutely broken. Me as a friend, broken. You know, losing a friend um, in that way and having to say goodbye to her in a hospital is not a nice thing. It's something that we shouldn't have to go through in this day and age. You know, with all this technology that we have in this world, we're so connected, but we're so disconnected. You know, we are further from, we are so close to loneliness. It's not funny. It's just horrible. People don't get involved until it's too late. So sad. It's true. It's true. You know, our countries are getting better and better. I know Ireland, Hippo, has a really, really high rate of mental health and, you know, people not being here for that reason. Um, I you know, I know personally from living in Ireland how bad the weather is. Um, in Ireland that it, you know, and even in England and Scotland, in Britain, you know, the weather is so terrible that, you know, it's easy to get depressed, you know. Seasonal depression is a big thing in those kind of countries, and I get it here in Australia. Like in winter, I get seasonally depressed. I mean, I know it sounds really weird. Like, look, this weather, it's amazing, but you know, there can be some bleak days. Um, but your ability to get out of those bleak days is the you know is luck. Is it luck? Is it support? Is it the people around you? You know, the supports you tap into. Some people don't have support. Some people don't want to get support. Um, yeah. But anyway, it's always a reminder when I do the 63 squats to talk about my friend Esther and to remember her. And she's always going to be remembered. And I think it's really important that I need to reach out to her daughter. I see her every now and then on Tap In and hello, and I see her in the streets and we say hello and she hugs me. She calls me her auntie. Um, but yeah, like, you know, from time to time I see her husband and it hurts me seeing her husband, you know, like the pain he's still in. It's been, I think it's been 5 or 6 years, or is it even 7 years? I don't know. I can't even, time has no you know, sometimes time has no aspect when you lose someone. Um, you know, it could have been last week and it could have been last year. It's definitely not last week or last year, unfortunately. Um, but, you know, I think it's just a reminder that we can do better. Could I do better in that situation? You know, I always sometimes think about those things, you know, could I have done more? Obviously I knew about the situation, you know. There were times I picked her up when she was drunk, and she'd had a fight with her husband, and all I would do would I'd come pick her up and I would just hug her, and she would cry and cry, and it was horrible, guys. And I could hear the pain in her voice and what the trauma that, she's not telling us. Um, but again, we're not equipped, right? We are not equipped to deal. So it's not our fault, right? And I know that. But, it is our responsibility now that, there's so many people around us, even in our chat, that sometimes reach out and say, I'm not doing good, you know? So even on this platform, there are friends that we don't even know, but we know them as handles or names in a chat, um, that sometimes come to lives for support. And I sometimes I don't know what to do because I'm not a counselor. I said, I always say this is not a place for counseling. It's not a place, but it's a place for friendship, I guess. Um, I try not to talk about mental health too much because I know it brings down the chat, and I get that. Like, there's probably not many people watching this chat anymore, and that's okay. I don't care. If I can get a message across to, one person or half a person, um, or even for me to talk about my friend and remember her, it's not a loss. All right, well, guys, that's enough. I've stretched. I've done my five sets. Let's continue on the walk. It's absolutely stunning day. It's still school holidays here, guys. So this is a beautiful school holiday day. If you're new here, I saw a whole lot of new faces there. This is Redcliffe Peninsula. This is Moreton Bay. And she's really, really a beautiful place to live. She really is. I've got my bathing suit in the car. I actually think I might go for a quick swim when I get back to the car, because, wow, look at how beautiful it is. It's so clear today. So I feel really, really good. Thank you for supporting me, guys, with my 5 sets of my push-ups, my triceps, and my squats. That felt better than I think I did it on Tuesday. I don't know, whatever day I did. You guys weren't there. I did it privately, and I really struggled because I had a month off doing it. I did lots of walking when I was on holidays in Indonesia, but I think I did my push-ups once when I was in Indonesia. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But the water feels so lovely, so beautiful. Sorry, guys, I really can't see the chat again. So if you do want to ask me a question or something, you need to put it in capitals so I can see it. And, maybe even ask me again, because I'm not being, rude. It's just that I am walking and it is quite glary out here. And my screen is not one of those glare-proof screens. I need to get a new one screen, actually. I will do that in the next couple of weeks. I'll get a glare-resistant screen so I can actually see the screen. Right, that's nice. Nice. We're going to go over or under? Yeah, we're going to go up. Whoa. Don't drop your keys, Dora. Don't drop the keys. Well, oh well, normally we can walk all the way out to the point. That's Scott's Point down there, but not today. The tide is higher. It's one of my favourite places to go swimming down there. It's so beautiful. Like a private little beach. You can get there. There's some stairs down there, and they're coloured stairs. All right, well, I think we're going to turn around. We'll go over the top this time, hey? So, Hippo, I'm just reading some of the chats from this way I can see a little bit better. So you've been in recovery for 2 years, I read, and Kirsty's saying, how wonderful that is. That is amazing, mate. Good on you. I personally don't have an issue with drugs, and I say thank goodness for that, because a lot of my friends, unfortunately, have had issues. One of my girlfriends, it was actually her birthday 2 days ago. She's one of my best friends growing up, and she unfortunately got on the drugs, and it's never been great. She's had about 6 children to a few different guys, and the first 4 children are living with the father. A couple are living with her mother. She's trying to get trying to get custody back of the youngest couple that are with her mother, should I say. But she just can't keep clean. It's a really sad situation for the children, for the mother, for the grandmother, for the partners. I really wouldn't wish addiction on anyone. It's a really hard thing. I've talked about my sister on my lives before. My sister is a recovering addict, and she will always be recovering because, you know, she needs to do a lot of work. There's a lot of work to be done with it. It's not just the drugs, there's the things, the attachment, all the things around it that, is involved. It's really hard. It's really tough. So I'm glad, Hippo, that you're getting some help and that you're doing all the things, because that's, going to make your life amazing compared to, what it was like in addiction. I hope I got that right. I didn't just make that up from the chat. I sometimes I don't make it up, but like I read the messages wrong. How long I was out. You guys can tell me if it's working or not. See you, mate. See you, Kirsty.